The first challengers seeking to invade and overthrow the kingdom of Swoovaria have reached the gates, and the armies are ready to fight with everything they have to defend their home from the first threat from the KPL. A group of bards, known as the Maestro Meloetta, commanded by a figure going by the identity of ChefRamsay, seek to charm their way in and take control of this peaceful land, turning it into their very own musical marsh. This band of bards is spearheaded by the fiery phoenix that is Ho-Oh, a powerful entity capable of taking anything Swoovaria has to throw at it and charring the land to ash. Flutter Mane is a ghostly presence who was once considered to fight for Swoovaria, but ultimately decided to fight against them. Sneasler, Scizor, and Farigiraf are powerful warriors in their own right, and Mudsdale and Tentacruel can dictate the control of hazards that could make or break this battle. The likes of Baxcalibur, Bayonet, and Ampharos also wield the divine power of terrestrialization, no doubt gifted to them by Ho-Oh, to claim this kingdom for their own. Assessing the threats knocking at the gates, Nyxerion knew that this was not a battle they had any place in, as the forces threatening their might was far too great. That is why command for this battle has been left in the very capable hands of Lord Arasaka, channeling the power of fire terrestrialization so that Ho-Oh may not burn him. He marches into this battle with armor and cunning that can overcome any foe. A Shuckaberry allows him to withstand the force of the earth itself being torn asunder at his feet, opening the door to Swords Dance and gain further power to win this fight. Sucker Punch will keep this band of bards guessing, while Iron Head and Fire Tera Blast will cut them down to size. And with his power as Supreme Overlord, Lord Arasaka can gain strength from his fallen allies to carry on and win the day. Burrowmane has been called upon for hazard control, littering the field with rocks and spinning them away as necessary to pave the way to victory. Earthquake takes advantage of a major weakness in the forces these bards bring, and Rock Tomb heavily threatens the Phoenix, who is the only natural immunity to the otherwise powerful ground assault, with the added benefit of lowering the speed of anything that hopes to outpace them in battle. Burrowmane also dons a covert cloak for his mission, knowing that any ill effects presented by Ho-Oh or Sneasler could prove fatal in getting the job done. Calcifer also dons a covert cloak for this impending battle, as Sneasler's Dire Claw poses a catastrophic threat to his role in the fight. With Nyxerion's blessing, Calcifer not only aims to establish screens to further provide support for Swoovaria's forces, but also set up the sun to further boost the power of his Overheat attack, becoming a serious problem to hopefully shut down the likes of Mudsdale and Ho-Oh, while also slowing down Baxcalibur before it seeks to Dragon Dance out of hand. Calcifer's sun serves a more important role, however, and that is to allow for Verderax to take advantage of it to outrun every last ounce of musical might these bards threaten to unleash upon them, allowing her to utilize growth to become stronger in the sun and cause considerable damage through the combination of earth power and a fiery weather ball. Sleep Powder can put a potential problem to sleep before it gets out of hand, and armed with a Yachi Berry, Verderax knows she can better handle the likes of even Baxcalibur, should it become necessary. Despite knowing it would melt under the fiery wrath of Ho-Oh, Nyxerion and Lord Arasaka are in agreement that Arumon is necessary for this fight. With an air balloon keeping it off the ground, the likes of Baxcalibur and Mudsdale will find it much harder to dent the Golden Golem, allowing it to freely nasty plot away to carve through the enemy forces, either with Shadow Ball, or by making it rain with the vast abundance of coins composing its body. With the ability to also recover off any damage done, Arumon is ready to take whatever hits it has to in order to give Swoovaria a fighting chance. The final warrior in this fight is Karukage, who comes armed with his ninja wit and a bold plan. With a focus sash tied around his head, Karukage knows he can survive at least one hit while at full health, allowing him to take after his friend Lord Arasaka's lead and Swords Dance up for extra power. with Liquidation to wash away his foes, as well as Low Kick and Shadow Sneak to cut down some of the biggest threats opposing him who are either faster or believe they can laugh off Liquidation's impact. Kurokage knows that with a single KO, his battle bond with Swoovaria will grant him additional power, making him a force the likes of which these bards have never faced before. The first battle for Swoovaria is about to begin. May Nyxerion guide his army in spirit to success. What's up guys, Ruppy here, and it is battle time! Hope you guys enjoyed the little story I crafted for the team builder this week. Should hopefully just trying something new, trying to see how it all plays out. Anyway, looking at Chef's team here, we have Mudsdale, Ampharos, who is Tera Dragon, Baxcalibur, who is Tera Electric, Tentacruel Ho and Flutter Mane. No Sneasler, which is actually a huge load off my mind. Otherwise, this is about what I expected. Honestly, I think I'm just going to lead Burrow Mane, try to get my rocks up early, and apply pressure from there. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. Because Mudsdale is his only rock setter. I'm fine with whatever hazards Tentacruel wants to try to set. I have a way of blocking its spin if it comes down to it. So I think ultimately this is all going to work out. So, good luck and fun, Chef. And let's see how the proud nation of Swoovaria fares in its first game. As he's going to lead with the Flutter Mane. He is wasting no time here. I did not see any booster energy, so that is a concerning sign right out of the gate. Maybe I should have just led with Rotom-Heat in that case. It's fine, though. I'll just go ahead and swap into Calcifer. Burrow Mane can get rocks up later. See what this Flutter Mane wants to do. Straight for the Energy Ball. Alrighty. So good to know this thing has Energy Ball. I am actually perfectly fine with that. And I'm also perfectly fine with getting this light screen up and going from there. As he is going to switch into Mudsdale. Epona. I know enough about Legend of Zelda to know that is in fact a Mudsdale. So I have a light screen up. I'll go ahead and get my Reflect up too, because why not? I could easily bring I can easily just bring Sand Slash back in to spin away the rocks that are probably going... Nope, straight for the Stone Edge. Okay. Alright then. That is completely fair. I'm almost tempted to set the sun and just go into Venusaur now. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that, actually. I don't see why not. As we're going to switch again into what this time? Into Ampharos. Alrighty, this should be interesting. I don't think Ampharos can really touch Venusaur right now. So yeah, I'm just going to go straight into Verdarax. Maybe I can put something to sleep with Sleep Powder. I'm curious if Chef Tera's this or the Baxcalibur. Either one's a possibility. I would say Bax is more likely. Discharge. Does not get the para, which is perfectly fine with me. I'm just going to go ahead and go for a growth. I've got no reason not to. As Ho-Oh comes in. Surprise, surprise. So there goes my light screen. That's fine. I still have my reflect. Yeah, maybe I should have just fired off the sleep powder there. It's fine, though. How many turns of my own sun do I have still? 2. Yeah, this can work. I'll go into Burrow Mane. Might have gotten a little too aggressive with the Venusaur, admittedly, but that was kind of the plan. Kind of play this aggressive game a bit. As you do go for Sacred Fire, which Burrow Mane takes. It will not burn me because of Covert Cloak. I do lose the Reflect, but that's fine. Because now I Rock Tomb. Make him start, rethinking this a bit, maybe. I probably could have, would have, and should have just set rocks, but... might as well, he's gonna go ahead and switch anyway. Which is fair enough. So whatever's coming in is gonna take this rock. It's Mudsdale. Sounds about right. So this thing does not mind its speed being lowered because it gets the stamina boost out of it. Which is alright. It does kind of suck. But I'm gonna go ahead and take my rocks now. Start causing some issues here. If he wants to set his own rocks, he can be my guest. Nope, Heavy Slam. Interesting. So Stone Edge, Heavy Slam, I would assume Body Press maybe? I'm gonna go back into Calcifer. Because I can just get my screen set back up and then go from there. As he calls that and goes for the Stone Edge and takes out Calcifer. Okay. That is fair. Okay, not ideal, but it's fine. I could go into Ahriman and Nasty Plot up, perhaps. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think we're gonna go into Ahriman and boost up. Because you can't Earthquake me. I know I outrun you. So we're gonna get the +2. Stone Edge and Heavy Slam, I resist both. That does pop my balloon, which is fine. But now this Mudsdale, or pretty much... but yeah, this Mudsdale kind of dies to Make It Rain now. So I see no reason not to go for it. It lived on 1! Is this thing AV? I'm pretty sure this thing is AV. But Ahriman lives. Now I'm just gonna go for a Shadow Ball. Pick this thing off. So Mudsdale is gone, which, if that thing was AV, then that means, unless Tentacruel is, like, T-Spikes or something, which I'm not too bothered by, that is perfectly fine with me. This is the Tentacruel. Which does take rocks. I wonder if you just try to pick me off from here. I would not be surprised if that's the case. I'm gonna try to recover up. Yeah, you just knock off and pick off Ahriman. That's fine. Okay. And you are Black Sludge. Good to know. Good to know. I think with that... I think I'm going to go ahead and go into Verdarax, actually. Because I can threaten this thing with an Earth Power. I'm going to go ahead and Sleep Powder. I outspeed this thing. Okay, that is perfectly fine with me. Tentacruel being asleep is absolutely perfect. Ideally not what I would have wanted to go to sleep, but we can make it work. I'm gonna go ahead and fire off an Earth Power. I don't know if he keep... No, he's gonna switch this thing out. Probably back into Ho-Oh, if I had to hazard a guess. Yep. And this thing does, in fact, have boots. Good to know. Oh, Ho-Oh. Oh, Ho-Oh, you are gonna be a pain. We're gonna go back into Burrow Mane. I probably really don't... Without my Sunsetter, I probably don't really need Venusaur anymore. As he Brave Birds this time. Oof. Okay. That tells me you might be a little more offensive invested then. Good to know. I'm gonna go ahead and try to Rock Tomb, but... Flame Charge! Okay! Well... That's a bit of a problem. Okay, so you're offensive. I mean, there's no rocks up, so I can go into... That's speed boost, though. I think you outrun Karukage. Still, I'm gonna go ahead and go into Karukage. And we're just gonna go straight for a liquidation. Because with Brave Bird Chip, it should knock this thing out. Because... Gonna switch. Okay, that's fine with me. That works. Into Tentacruel. You know, I think I can make this work. I'm gonna SD up. I think we can make this work. Yeah, because I think you still... Yeah, I swore you still had one guaranteed turn of sleep. I'm gonna go for another liquidation because that... You didn't look as physically defensive as... Yeah. Still asleep. Oh, this is about to get real interesting right now. Oh, boy. I'm sorry for the sleep turn, Chef, but, that is Pokemon for ya. And Karukage's sash is still intact, so this is about to get real interesting. Yep, that is the end of Tentacruel. And that's gonna activate Battle Bond. That is +3 attack, +1 speed. Unless Flutter Mane is Scarfed. Well, no, even if Flutter Mane's Scarfed, that's why I have Shadow Sneak, which absolutely destroys it now. I think Karukage sweeps from here.
Well, maybe not, because you still exist. And I know you're Tera Dragon. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go for another SD because my sash is still intact. Yeah, you're going to pop the Tera on this. I kind of figured you kind of had no choice at this point. Makes a ton of sense to me. So, Kurokage is now at +5. As you discharge, which will take me down to Sash. A para would suck, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. No para. I think low kick's probably my most effective move at this point. Which almost takes this thing out. Oh, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate, but... Let's see, you have Baxcalibur, which has not come out yet. Flutter Mane. I think I'm going to go into Verderax. Because it should be able to pick this thing off. Because I should be able to outrun this thing easily. And you definitely drop to an Earth Power at this point. Yep, that is the end of Ampharos. Well, there's still Ho-Oh lurking around. Almost forgot about that. But... And now Baxcalibur surfaces. Which is fine. You have nothing that's asleep. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just Earth Power you, though. Venusaur outspeeds this thing. Interesting. I mean, I'm fine with this. Just because it sets up Lord Arasaka. And there's the Icicle Spear. And that's going to take out Venusaur, of course. And that should be fine, actually. Supreme Overlords, that is all 5 boosts. You being at +1 is of no concern to me, because I don't think you can touch me, really, because of my Shuckaberry. I'm going to SD up. There's my Shuckaberry. I should be able to take this. Easily. We get an SD up. And I think Lord Arasaka's in business to clean up from here. I'm just gonna go for a Sucker Punch. And there goes Baxcalibur. So out comes Ho-Oh, which I know is offensive. I'm going to Tera just to be on the safe side. And I'm going to Sucker Punch this thing. Because it should destroy an offensive Ho-Oh. Yup, goodbye! remains now is Flutter Mane, which I know dies to a Sucker Punch from this thing. So, that is GG. Oh? Interesting. So that's the game we're playing. We're relying on the mind games. Well then. Ha 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 ha. Well. I'm not surprised, but I'm gonna try to go for the Iron Head now. We're gonna see if this is a mistake. If it is, then GG, then nope, I got him this time! Farewell, Flutter Mane, and GG to ChefRamsay. Oh, that got... Okay, yeah, the mind games there definitely got, mind games at the end definitely got hairy there. But, GG again, Chef. Always nerve-wracking to play you because you draft some incredibly busted teams. Not gonna lie, this was a headache and a half to prepare for. But that is the end of that. A 1-0 win, Lord Arasaka, showing why he is the Lord of Swoovaria, why he is the chosen one of our of the Dragon God, Nixirian. And the nation of Swoovaria has fended off its first attackers. Let me know down in the comments below if you're enjoying this little storytelling thing I'm trying to do. It's a new thing. I want to try and take a different approach this time, add a little bit more of an immersive experience, put some of my storytelling skills to work. Let me know if it's working for you guys. With that said, thank you guys so very much for watching. I have been Ruppy, and my Columbus Swoo of the nation of Swoovaria, and myself. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.